Hey guys, this is Anastasia Autumnfire, doing a quick car session video for the YTpaganchallenge Challenge, just trying to get caught up. This video is for the subject of what does this time of year mean to you, and it was given, the topic was given around Midsummer, so that's what I'll be chatting about. Midsummer for me, the more I practiced this video and tried to figure out what it is I wanted to say, I really realized that there are three Sabbats that I really connect to God energy with. Beltane, Summer Solstice, and Lunasa. Those are the three. I understand Yule is probably one that I should resonate with masculine energy or God energy, and it's not nearly as hard as those three. So those three are really ones every time I do a video or talk about them, it's probably going to be masculine oriented. It's probably going to be pointed towards the God. I'm not sure why that is. It just kind of turned out that way. For Beltane, the energy is very light and very focused on the themes, you know, fertility, vitality, action. Beltane, as I said, was the Sabbat where I really focus on all those things I was thinking about during the dark of the year, all those things that I was kind of working on and putting my intent behind. That's the time of year I want to manifest them. That's the time of year I want to take some action. Beltane is about action for me. And Summer Solstice is kind of in that same energy, but it evolves. Summer Solstice gets very dual aspect for me. It almost, the easiest way to sum it up is it's the counterpoint to Mabon, or the autumnal equinox. During the autumnal equinox, I am very focused on balance. I am focused on, but it's very goddess focused for me. Whereas Summer Solstice, the day and the night are kind of separate feelings for me. During the day, it's all about getting outside. It's all about giving thanks and gratitude for the sun and all that it provides. I mean, as much as water is a life-giving element, so is fire. Fire is the sustainer. Without fire, we would not be able to carry on. Without warmth, without light, it's just not a thing. So I make sure to go out and enjoy the sun and enjoy the summer and enjoy the time with that masculine energy. And obviously feminine energy as well, because you're out on earth and that very much is connected to the mother. But it really is about, and I guess that's the other tie that I really have to the autumnal equinox, is during that time, it's kind of, I've heard it referred to as the witch's Thanksgiving, and I really resonated with that last year. Last year, it was very focused on being thankful, very focused on being grateful and taking stock in what you have and knowing it and being just, lack of a better phrase, I guess, so thankful for all that you have. And Summer Solstice, I didn't really realize it until I started practicing this video, is really the attitude that I have during the solstice as well. It very much is being thankful for that light, thankful for that sun, thankful for the summer, thankful for, you know, the harvest that will be coming into being, and just taking stock in that. But instead of the focus being on the goddess as much, because she's definitely still a part of it, it's much more focused on the God. For me. And again, as most, if not all of my videos, all I can do is speak for me. All I can talk about are my experiences. By no means am I saying everyone believes this or everyone should believe this or you're wrong if you don't. No, that's ridiculous. In fact, I'm probably, sorry, I can't pronounce words today. I am more than likely in the minority with how I view solstice, with how much emphasis I have on the god during that time. I don't know why it is. It just is. If I'm honest, that's what it is for me. But yeah, so the day is very much spent outdoors, celebrating, honoring, giving thanks. And then as soon as the sun sets, it kind of changes for me. It becomes very internal. It becomes very introspective. It's that same feeling of gratitude and being thankful, but it's more of a don't take it for granted. The realization is that, yes, the sun is at the height of its power on the summer solstice. It's at its highest peak. The god has just an abundance of he's at his peak with the summer solstice. And that's awesome and amazing. But once the sun descends that day, once the sun sets, the realization for me quickly sets in that nights are going to become longer and longer. Days are going to become shorter and shorter until we do reach that autumnal equinox, Mabon. I believe I've heard it called Hearth and Home as well. The day of just extreme balance. And then night will take over and we'll get into the dark of the year. So it is kind of an acknowledgement of that. And not that that's a bad thing, not that that's a negative thing or a dismal or gloomy thing, because I know people that see the solstice and really focus on the descent. Like, that is a major component. We welcome the dark, we embrace the dark, and I think it should be embraced. I think it should be welcomed, because without dark there is no light. Without, you need that balance. But then it's like, but we also need to celebrate the light. And granted, we can't just celebrate the light without acknowledging that, hey, dark's on its way soon. That's why I think for me, it becomes much more of a focus on the balance, even though it's the longest day of the year. I don't know why. That theme is just what hits me. Every year it's the same thing, and I don't know, maybe it'll change next year. This year it was very prominent because not only was it the summer solstice, but we also had a full moon. And I do have a quick story about that. I swear I'll try to keep it quick. This year I was working. Obviously, summer solstice was on a Monday. I have to work. That weekend I really got out and was out in the sun and celebrated. Coincidentally, Father's Day always kind of falls around Midsummer. Maybe that's why I connected so much with the god. I don't know. But yeah, so I got out to celebrate the sun that weekend so I could go to work and not feel like, crap, I'm slacking. But that night I really wanted to have a personal observance, because not only was it the solstice, but it also was a full moon. So you had the god at the peak of his power, but you also had the goddess in her full moon phase, like her full glory, full power. Both of them just amped. So I really wanted to do something, even if it was just, sit on my deck and watch the sunset. And I thought, oh my gosh, what a brilliant idea. I've never watched the sunset on solstice. I've gone outside to watch it rise, or it was more like be present while it rose, because I couldn't see anything with where I was sitting. But I tried. But I've never tried the sunset, so I thought that would be a great way of doing it. But I quickly forgot how much stuff I needed. So after work, I'm running around and doing this, running around and doing that, and soon I realized the sun was starting to set, and it became a race against the sun. And I felt that same very high fevered energy that I have on summer solstice for some reason, just pushing me and pushing me. It was like I was hunting with Carnunos. It was just full bore, go, 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 go. And I'm starting to realize I am losing. I am losing big time. I am not going to win this race. The sun is going to set and I will not be home. There is nothing I can do. I came up to this lake and had to stop because there was a stop sign, and I was kind of pissy that there was a stop sign because I wanted to go. And I kind of harumphley, because there was a bit of a line behind the stop sign, look over at the water, and I realize the moon is rising. Like, it's not very high, it's pretty low, but when it's, have you ever noticed on a full moon when it's low, it's like just huge and just ginormous. And I'm really scared to see what kind of faces show up on YouTube with, you know, how if you upload a video and you don't put a picture in there, a cover picture, it just puts your face with some weird expression. Yeah, this video is going to be interesting. Anyway, focus, Anna. So you have this beautiful moon just starting to rise, and I suddenly felt all that fevered energy I was talking about just not ground, just became very centered and very concentrated, and a calm washed over me. And I sat there and I realized, holy cow, the sun is still there, because it's not fully set yet. I haven't admitted defeat yet. The sun is still setting, but the moon is rising. The sun and the moon are sharing the sky, and there's no competition. Like in an eclipse, it's kind of that feeling of one combating the other. I don't know if anyone else has that feeling. Always have had it. I'm starting to realize more and more I've got a lot more warrior aspect in me than I thought, because everything's fighting and battling. But yeah, with eclipses, I always kind of feel like they're battling or competing. And here, sun was doing his thing, the moon was doing hers, but they were sharing the sky, and it was a perfect balance, and it was a perfect feeling. And I can't possibly put it into words, which actually really resonates with me, because a group I've been working with as of late, trying to get my logic brain to shut off, always say, you know, when you have a spiritual experience, there's no words you can really use to describe it. That was what this was. And it hit me. I can try to race the sun. I can try to hunt alongside Cernunnos. I can try doing all these rituals and things and try to up my practice and be more serious and this, that, and the other thing, and have my little checklist to make myself a better pagan. But the reality of the situation is, you just gotta be there and accept it, because nature's happening. The god and the goddess are there every day, even when you feel disconnected, because man, oh man, is that still a thing in my life. Thank you, goddess. But it's still something where they're still present. They're still doing their thing. And if you don't slow the Hades down to focus on what's going on around you, and instead of trying to match these little, you know, check off these little check boxes with, I need to do this and I need to do this, and I'm not good enough if I don't do this, I'm not good enough if I don't believe that. No. You just have to be. You just have to go and follow what you seem to resonate with. Because as much as it wasn't about racing, as much as it wasn't about hunting, that racing the sun really did bring me into more of a connection with Cernunnos. And then that moment when I realized what was happening, unbeknownst to me, it sunk in even more, and suddenly I felt very much at ease. And I think I hit a moment of spiritual connectedness that I haven't felt in a really long time. I can feel energy, I can feel things happen, but I might not feel connected. And in that moment, it was pure connection. So yes, that was the message I got this summer solstice, was nature and magic and spirit is all around. And we can find it if we ever need it. We just need to open our damn eyes and slow the Hades down. So yeah, that was my summer solstice. There's so much more about summer solstice. I mean, I didn't even really go into the goddess and what she's doing at this time, and the fae and what they're about at this time. But you know, I feel with that story, I'm good. That's really what I needed to share with the YouTube Pagan Challenge. So I hope you like this video. Please like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Otherwise, I will see you next time. Blessed be as always. Bye.